there's no doubt that when the hand strikes the drum, that kind of sacred act, you can call it, because it's a motion. It's moving from what in India they call nada brahma, and in the Congo they call it sese, the unstruck sound, moves into the audible realm of Om, right? And that sound, if you took it and slowed all those waveforms way down, that would even be like a symphony, right? So that motion, that moment, and what's being informed through me physically from interacting with the wood, with the tree, and the skin of the animal, so the vegetable world and the animal world, all of those things in the act of playing the hand drums, it's a really unique instrument that way, absolutely has informed who I am as an artist and as a person. Um, and so it's manifest in when I write a string quartet that's through composed, those interests, that activity, that physicality of it. The organic orchestra, I was thinking how it came about because it was these musicians were from different backgrounds who were really, people who were trained in so-called classical music, and then my scene of being around people who were in world music, especially quote world music, percussion, Indian, African, Indonesian, Middle Eastern musicians, um, and then of course people who wanted to expand their conception of the so-called jazz, or we'll call it spontaneous composition, American music. It's a 21st century vision of what an orchestra is. I mean, the dynamic of the community of it is set up with a different kind of hierarchy. It's not like this hierarchy of sort of composer, conductor, musicians rendering their vision. The vision, of course, it's my vision in the sense of how the process works and what the elements are, but every Go Organic Orchestra concert and ensemble sounds different from the other. This music is an oral tradition, and it's really about mentors. So, for myself, going back to maybe starting with Fred Anderson and Malawi Nuruddin in Chicago, and then Charles Moore and Kenny Cox in Detroit, and then Don Cherry, and then Yusuf Lateef, um, being that we stand on their shoulders, there and but it's not about the it's not about the information they shared with us, but it's about a creative attitude and way of thinking about things, um, about understanding about creative process, about having an attitude of courageousness, cultivating your imagination, cultivating intuition, that and about relationship, as I said, sort of your relationship with your art.